Hello, welcome back to the Bar Gym Reviews. Today we're going to be talking, what if I had to downsize my home gym and I could only keep 5 pieces of Rogue equipment? What would make the cut? I've tested a ton of Rogue gear and I've owned a lot of Rogue gear over the years, and obviously I'm very much a Rogue fan. So between the racks, attachments, barbells, and more, narrowing down just 5 it wasn't a very easy decision. I have over 20 Rogue products that I own, but if I could only keep 5, what were the 5 that I would keep? So these just aren't my favorites. They're the pieces that give me the most versatility, the most performance, maybe even the most bang for my buck and overall value for a complete home gym setup. So let's get into it. All right, so coming in at number 5 is going to be the Rogue Lat Pulldown Bar. One of the simplest pieces that I own, but it punches way above its weight. I use it for everything from pull downs. I can use it for tricep push downs if I really needed to. I could use it for seated rows if I wanted to. Honestly, the real reason I chose it is the knurling is perfect. Not too aggressive, definitely not slick, and it just has that right balanced feel of grippy in your hand, and it just kind of sticks to it, right? So you could choose your different lengths on there as well. Obviously, with a lat bar being as wide as it is, and honestly, for the price, especially if you do like the e-coat version, it really adds a lot of value to your gym. And honestly, when I got my Rhino belt squat trainer, this was just a great piece to add, and it just made it feel extra premium, even for a Rogue product. So just because the premium factor here, I really feel like the Rogue Lat pull down bar is got to be on first on my list at number 5. All right, so at number 4 here, I've got the Rogue multi-roller attachment. If you've got a power rack and you want to make it more versatile, this is kind of a no-brainer. It's one of those attachments that's just so simple, but it just works so well, and it just opens up so many possibilities in your training. So, obviously I've used it to hold myself down on the lat pull down, but honestly, that's just the tip of the iceberg. So I love it for Bulgarian split squats. I love it for, you could tuck your feet under. You could do some abs with it. You could work on, honestly, I've used it sometimes just to work out some kinks in my back. But you could use it for numerous things. You can even kind of elevate yourself and do some sissy squats on there as well. The construction is exactly what you'd expect from Rogue. It's rock solid. It spins. It's smooth. Doesn't chip. Doesn't stick. And the whole thing just feels really premium. It's one of those things that, I even got hip thrusts back into my routine just by using this because it rolls and it's very firm, but comfortable enough under a heavy load, especially for your hip thrust. It's just such a premium, versatile product. I feel like it's something that I just can't live without when it comes to Rogue. So number 4 here is going to be the Rogue multi-roller. All right, so at number 3 here, we're going to go with the Rhino belt squat trainer. This is one of my biggest game-changing pieces that I've added to my gym so far. For anyone that's dealing with lower back tightness, or honestly, you just want to build your legs up without using that lower back or maybe your back, it's kind of the ultimate tool. And it takes, spinal loading out of the equation. But honestly, for me, it was just another way to overload my legs, my quads, right, my glutes, and train them all effectively without having the stimulus of a squat, tiring out my back and my lower back. Honestly, it's not just that. The trainer itself also has a lat pull down, which is also great because it just adds that vertical pulling to my training. And there's just really nothing that matches that feeling. So you can do belt squats, but most people I've heard, and I haven't even tried it yet. I just heard this week that deadlifts are supposed to be amazing on the belt squat. So I'm going to try that out, but the versatility is just kind of unmatched here. So, and of course, with Rogue's quality, it's built like a tank. It's perfectly machined, and honestly, it just fits perfectly into my Rogue RM6 rack setup here. But I'm curious, for those of you that train at home, do you prefer a traditional barbell squat, or do you prefer maybe belt squats or some other form of leg training, like a leg press? So let me know in the comments below. I want to see what most of my home gym setups, what are you guys rocking and what do you prefer for your training of your legs? Don't skip. All right, so number two has to be my Rogue RM6 Power Rack. This thing is the heart of the home gym. The Power Rack is the centerpiece, and in my space, it is no different. So every single session starts here, whether it's a squat, a bench, maybe you do pull ups, or even curling inside the Power Rack. It all starts here. So with the Rogue RM6, there's no sacrifice on quality, right? This thing is stable. It's insanely polished. It has a great overbuilt design with the 1-inch holes. And I've got things attached to it like my landmines, my safety straps, the belt squat, obviously, the roller, dip attachments, you name it, the rack can handle it. So even if I didn't have any of the attachments I started with, if you're gonna start a home gym and you're gonna buy Rogue, first thing you really should start with, or at least the second thing you start with on my list, is that Rogue Power Rack. I personally love the Monster Series, the 1-inch holes. Sorry, Home Gym Harry, I know you and Team 5/8 inch are a thing, but for me, I just like the big leagues, you know? So, if you've ever moved or had to rebuild a home gym from scratch, um, that RM6, it's going to be the first thing that I'm going to order again. And of course, got to stick with this beautiful dark blue. So, number two, going to be the Rogue RM6. All right, and finally at number one, if I'm going to have my 5 pieces that I'm going to get from Rogue, the only 5 that I can own, number one, the GOAT, the Rogue Ohio Power Bar. So, why the power belt? Well, number one, let's be honest, this is the bar gym review. I like barbells, right? But honestly, it's built for serious lifters. It's got a aggressive but not too aggressive knurling. It doesn't really tear up your hands per se, and it's smooth enough on the spin. It's the workhorse of my gym, right? This is the bar that I'm going to use the most. I have a curved squat bar that works just fine. I have curl bars that I love using. We even have a Bella bar that also works great, but there's nothing like the power bar from Rogue. It's heavy duty. I use it from everything from squats and bench and deadlift and overhead press. It's never failed me, and it's never going to fail me. So it's definitely that definition of buy once, cry once. And honestly, on a personal note, there's just something about lifting a bar that you can trust completely. And after years of use and a lot of beating up and a lot of workouts, this bar still feels almost new. Now, I could do a better job of cleaning it maybe a little bit, but it is that daily driver. It is the workhorse, and I just could not start another gym without my Rogue Ohio Power Bar. Now, there's many options you could choose. If I were to choose it all over again, I'd probably, for the look, just keep the black barbell. However, stainless steel, how could you go wrong with stainless steel, right? So after all those years of work, yeah, it just still feels brand new. And that's why I'm going to say, no matter what, I'm going to go with my Rogue Ohio Power Bar. And I dare anyone to tell me there's a better power bar out there, especially for the dollar amount. So, number one, going to be the GOAT, the Rogue Ohio Power Bar. All right, so that's my list. The 5 Rogue pieces that if I had to downsize and only pick 5, that's what they'd be. I love my power rack. I love my Ohio Power Bar, my belt squat, my multi-roller, and that lat pull down. Now, there are some that missed the cut, right? I did not have any Mutant Metals products in here, only because to me they're more Mutant Metals than they are Rogue. But also, yeah, like my Rogue Adjustable Bench 3.0. Didn't make the list. Should it? I'm not really sure. I think that there's plenty of other pieces out there that are great. And these pieces, honestly, to me, when you put them all together, it makes kind of a complete gym that I could literally train every day, every muscle group with. So let me know. I want to hear from you. If you could only keep 5 Rogue items, or maybe there was only 5 Rogue items that you would go out and buy, what would make your list? What would be on your Rogue list of 5 things that you would need to have? So make sure you let me know below which ones, and maybe we'll compare setups, right? So if you want to show your setup, we still have the Google form for gyms that can be under review, and we can put you on the channel. Just takes a short video. Do not have to commentate, and then you just go ahead and fill out that Google form. I'll leave that in the description below. So if you found this video helpful, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe for more home gym reviews, and check out my affiliate links in the description. It helps support the channel, and it costs nothing extra for you, the viewer. So appreciate you watching the video, and we'll see you guys next time.